Today we are going to talk about authentic cadences. Now remember I said last time that certain chords want to come to other chords and certain chords are good resting places. So the best resting place is your tonic chord, major or minor, it doesn't matter. You want to just sit there, you can sit there all day long. And the chord that most wants to take you to that tonic chord is the dominant chord, so 5-1. It's a very powerful progression, and that usually ends a phrase in a rather complete and profound way. That's that period at the end of the sentence. So we call a 5-1 an authentic cadence. So let's take a look. So on this little diagram, I first wrote at this side here just 5-1 in the so you can see what the notes are in key of C major. But if we then look to this thing, this is now in 4-part harmony. Whoops, this one here is in 4-part harmony. So you've got a 5 chord, which is a G, B. We repeat the G and a D. That's a 5 chord going to a 1, a C, E. And normally we'd have a G in there. Sometimes on this progression we have an incomplete chord. That 5 chord wants to go so badly to that 1 chord. Why? Well, look at the bass. It goes up a 4th. That's what we call a circle progression. And you remember when we learned about macro analysis, we said that the powerful bass thing, I think we put a little bit of a slur, is when the bass goes up by a 4th, because that's the most powerful bass motion there is. And then soprano wants to go down by a step. This 3-2-1, that's just the way the phrases have ended since 1500, 1400. So that's a very powerful phrase. And then on top of that, we have a leading tone here. That's the note, the 7th degree of the scale. It's a half step away from the tonic, and it wants to go up. That just feels a pull going up to the tonic. And so the 5 chord really wants to go to a 1 chord. Now, in this particular version, your 1 chord is in root position, your 5 chord, and your 1 chord's in root position, right? That means that the root is in the bass. And we end with the tonic note in the top of the 1 chord. We call this particular version the perfect authentic cadence. It's called perfect authentic. It's the most powerful cadence there is. It's a great ender. Now, let me grab my thing. If we have some variations on it, we call them imperfect authentic cadences. So for example, if we end not on a C but on the E, you can barely see that. But if I do that, let me see if I can draw that better. Now it's an imperfect. Or if my 5 chord is in first inversion, so there's a B here instead of a G, that's an imperfect cadence. Or even if this C is in first inversion, that's an imperfect authentic cadence. But they're all versions of authentic cadences, 5-1. But if it's in root position with the tonic being the note in the soprano at the end, that's a perfect authentic cadence. This is the most common cadence, the authentic cadence. It ends pieces, it ends phrases, it ends collections of phrases. That's the most important one to get to know. And we get that feeling of 5-1, 5-1, 5-1. It's just common music throughout the centuries. All right, we'll come back for plagal cadences and half cadences. Oh, so many more cadences to learn. I'll speak to you later.